For those of you who don't know, Gail Burston is the author of a script written with the help of the Beatles in 1974 about their plan to fake Lennon's death, release the AIDS virus, deceive the victims, and make off with all of the glory by pretending that they represented the victims. One of the refrains in the letters of Gail Burston, which came from Israel, is, "Ain't it weird how everything I wanted to say has already been written?" You see, there's a lot of despondency in the people who have been outraged by what happened in Gaza, by Israel. It's as if they're caught in a loop of saying the same things over and over again and getting nowhere. The reason for this is because of the hypnographic studies in mind control of the latter-day Joseph Goebbels, Brian Eno, whose name is really very long, Brian Peter George St. John the Baptist de La Salle Eno. Brian Eno is a latter-day Joseph Goebbels. By his own admission, he worked with a Green Party enthusiast for Goebbels on Mount Desert Island in the 1980s during the AIDS attack, and covered for them with a tall story about Lenin that they called Double Fantasy, Where Doubles Dare, You Only Live Twice, and other macabre storybook fables issued from the script of Gail Burston. Brian Eno recycled in tape loops everything you ever wanted to know about Auschwitz but were afraid to say. He recycled in tape loops the shock and awe, the envy, the sorrow, and the pity of the extermination of the Jews, and said, "Let there be repetition as change." And he came up with the scores, the rap songs, the dances, the thunder and light shows, the "We Can Do It Better" routine of Pink Floyd after Pink Floyd's The Walrus, of neuroplastic head trauma that Attenborough and his friends like Schwarzenegger put on, constructed, demonstrated, and orchestrated throughout the AIDS attack. Ayn Rand is hated by Seattle UW Dialectical because she believed in individuality. She made a character who I believe would have nothing to do with her. She was an extremist of the right-wing capitalist society and industry, and I don't really go along with that because I think that our quality of life is criminally degraded when we over-pollute. But UW Dialectical angles at people because they have personality. They're hateful fiends towards somebody who has personality. When I attempted to warn that something terrible was going on in the Israeli communities in the 80s and 90s, it was perfectly clear that some revenge plan for Auschwitz was underway. I was like Venus' deviation in its orbit. I was out of line in their view. They would have nothing of saving lives. They said one size fits all, and the whole is greater than the sum of its parts. And Peter Gabriel was an honorary the African warrior. And Wilzel Brom, spouting Joseph Goebbels, is taught sacredly of the Gurdjieff clan and the magicians of Kharkiv. Goebbels was the good guy. He's out to rescue the Africans from people interfering with the NAACP and Pitt's plans for the little white double-crosser who tried to warn. And they made no secret that they supported the AIDS attack and wanted the evidence put down, ignored, and the snitch punished very, very viciously. Eno's music for Genocides perniciously played the song Again Sam, played it again Sam throughout the miseries of Gaza, as if to say, not just one size fits all, but when you've seen one genocide, you've seen them all. You are the walrus, said the Beatles' Paul.